No, you're not.
Welcome one and all to the Irish Hills of Michigan. This is the Hammer Down Racing Series trucks at Michigan International Speedway. I'm Spencer Schatz calling the shots for you tonight. Alongside me is our color analyst Kyle Van Zant. Tonight these drivers face off on a 2-mile D-shaped oval built back in 1968, a track that has 18-degree banking in the turns and high speeds down the straightaways make for a high drafting and tight racing. And follow up there, Kyle, welcome in. And what do you, from your perspective, what do you think about this track?
High speeds, high draft, lots of passing, lots of what I would call the crisscross moves. There's going to be a lot of crossovers going on. It's just going to be a lot of battling from first place all the way back to 25th, 26th. There's going to be lots of battles on these tracks with the amount of speed that these trucks are going to be running.
Absolutely. And question for you, if cautions remain low, do you expect to see some fuel savers fighting for a win at the end of this one?
I do. I don't expect to see it much if you're about 5 laps short, but if you find yourself, 2 laps, maybe 3 laps, I mean, I can see some guys pushing the envelope, maybe just running extra slow, letting off a lot more, and trying to save that little bit of extra time, because you can win this race on fuel mileage. It's not impossible at all.
Yes, and last week we saw a dominant performance from SBR White at Mid-Ohio as he took home the checkered flag after leading the majority of the race. But however, at times we did see a duel between him and the 34 of Death, who had a strong run.
Yeah, man, that was something to behold. That's 2 really good road racers showing up and showing out, as they say, leaving it all on the track. And, unfortunately, Death got involved in a little bit of a lap car issue. Not much, but, just enough for White to be able to get that distance he needed from him to take home the checker flag in his return race. So it was good for him, good for Death, and that's 2 solid truck contenders for this season.
White got stage 1 in that race, Death got stage 2 in that race, and ultimately White came out on top. It was just a really good race, and we were excited to bring that one to you. But we really look forward to Michigan. Now, Kyle, let's go over the points as they stand after Mid-Ohio.
Yeah, so your top 5 is really hasn't changed much. You still got Twoon, Happy, Filski, DeReal, and Forensic. You got Travis sitting in there at 6 points, but he's got those 2 wins. So right now he's just points hunting. That's all he's looking for right now. After that, you got Woody and Death sitting there in 7th and 8th, followed by Pyle in 9th, who also has a win. And then in 10th, you've got Titanic. And with the way the points are, and because SBR White joined so late, he's all the way down in 19th. But he's got a win. So now all he has to do is point chase as well.
Yeah,
just try to get back up there.
Travis with 2 wins on the season and 3 starts. That was an impressive stat that we talked about last week. 2 wins and 3 starts is pretty good, and we thought maybe he had a chance last week.
Yeah, he did. He was there at the end. He struggled stage 1 and 2, but right there at the beginning of stage 3, he found himself up there in 3rd place, and he's pretty much stayed there the whole stage. I do believe the pit stops actually got to him a little bit though, and kind of put him behind the eight ball a little bit, maybe staying out a little too late, or maybe trying to short pit a little too early and it not working, which is hard to do on a track like Mid Ohio because of how large that track is.
Well, you got to be happy with the competition. You've had 4 races and 3 different winners, so far it's been pretty spread out. Not quite as spread out as the Cup there, but with the wins. But yeah, 3 drivers have won. 3 different drivers have won in 4 races.
Yeah, I mean, and congratulations to Happy, who won last night, became our fifth racer to win in 5 races. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing if we can get a fourth winner in here. There's a lot of trucks. There's a lot of time to do it, and it's a long track. So whoever's going to be the most methodical, I think, is going to come out on top here.
Absolutely, and we've got the points up on the screen. Everybody can take a good look at that. Figured that'd be a new feature we'd kind of add this week if we can get it right, but I think we did. Hopefully everybody was able to see that. So who do you think's going to take the checkered flag here at Michigan?
I'm actually going to have to go with good old Happy. I'm thinking he's going to try to, as they say, Kyle Busch the weekend and just pull the broom out and just take both races. That would put a fourth different winner in here, and I think he's got the truck to do it.
Yeah, certainly I think he's got the momentum and a lot of confidence after winning that race yesterday, and just kind of coming into the next night, and hopefully we got a good show out of everybody. Looking forward to this one. Should be a really fun race to call. A little bit different than Mid Ohio, so glad to be back to the oval. Now let's go over the starting lineup. So on the pole will be Pigpen in the 00. Number 2 in Darrell will start alongside him. And the third spot will be Twoon the Hoon in the number 3 car, and the 4 Forensic. Number 8, actually I've got that backwards. Who drives the 8 truck? I got that wrong on my roster here.
The 8 truck is Sniper.
So Sniper will start there in the 5th position. And yeah, I've got this all messed up. So I'm just gonna
so I mean, you got it right so far. You had Pyle actually got the pole for this race.
Okay, well, maybe I looked at the wrong lineup. I don't know, but I set my lineup what I thought was correct. But
you've got it. You got a bunch of these news guys in here, so you've got it right.
Okay, well, I had Pigpen on the pole, and yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna let you read it since I think you have the accurate roster there.
I do. Yep. Give me 1 second. Let me go over here and find it. It's been, we apologize. We're just still doing this new stuff here. So on the pole will be King Pyle. On the outside of row 1 is going to be SBR White. In row 2, we got Happy and Travis. Row 3, we've got Sniper and Filski. In row 4, we've got Forensic and returning truck driver from season 1, James Snow. In row 5, we got HDRS Mr. Twoon and newcomer as well, Wide Open Racing. In row 6, we have Death and Titanic. Row 7, we have Stag and Bad Dad Biker. Row 8, we got Scoop and Woody. Row 9, Killer Sean John and Silenced. Row 10 is Collins and Darrell. Row 11, Memphis Tiger and Lando. Row 12 is Silver, Bullet, and Deluxe. Row 13 is Hangman. Row 14, Newcomer and Break 43. Row 14 is Brando Hall, another newcomer, and Pigpen bringing up the rear.
And there you have it, the starting lineup here for Michigan International Speedway Trucks. This is the Hammer Down Racing Series. And I do know what I did wrong now. Whatever you sent me was the truck roster, and I did not pay attention to that. And I literally went down the line and just put them how they're listed on the roster. So my apologies there. And looking forward to this one. So as far as somebody on the outside looking in, who do you think has a good chance to maybe squeeze out a top 3, top 5 in this one?
Oh, man. I mean, you know how hard of a question that is, the way these trucks have been going?
Yeah, well, I got to ask.
It's almost a toss-up.
I'm going to ask it every week because I want to know who the dark horse is.
I mean, don't sleep on a guy like Wide Open Racing. He comes from mainly a cup racer, but he's going to take a shot into the trucks and give that a go. So I mean, wide open. He's shown speed. I haven't raced with a lot of these new guys, so I'm not really sure what they bring. But if they're in here, Happy and Tune have thoroughly vetted them on the track. So if they're in here, they got something to bring.
Absolutely.
So I mean, you could put anybody in the top 20 and probably say they'll finish in the top three as long as they stay out of trouble.
Yeah, key is staying out of trouble here, being patient. Sometimes that line can get a little tricky. Very can be kind of sensitive at some points, trying to get into that bottom groove there to kind of diamond the curve, so to speak. So I feel like if you don't hit it just right, you're going to be really either in some butter coming out of two or into the wall.
Yeah, it's really your angle going into the turn, and this will be part of my keys to victory, discussing what's going to be important about those turns. But it's mainly just watch the guy in front of you, and stay in the draft. That's the big thing. Stay in the draft.
Absolutely. And since we're here, let's go ahead and have Jinx's keys to victory. And Jinx, take it away, my man.
All right. So my number 3 key to victory is don't take the bait. And when I say that is this track is very famous for getting that run going into 1 and going into 3. And you get that run and you think, okay, well, I can make it. I'm going to dive bomb. I'm going to dive it down, take the inside. Don't take the bait because honestly, your truck's, you're not going to hold it there. Some people can, some people can't, but do not take the bait. It's always better to back off a little sooner and just make that back straightaway or the front straightaway that much longer by getting in the gas. Number 2 is going to be pit adjustments. You need a lot of speed at this track, or if you lose the draft, you're not going to be competitive at all. So you got to keep up with the track, make the proper adjustments, whether it's your tires, your wedge, your tape. Do whatever you got to do to make sure you're keeping up with those leaders, and just make sure you're there at the end of the race. And then number 1 is going to be track position. I think for the first time we're going to have almost 28 trucks. I don't think being in the back half of the field is where you want to be. It can get crazy, but it can get crazy in the top half too. So getting track position and keeping it, that's going to be the number 1 today with the amount of trucks on this track.
Absolutely. I really like the keys to victory. I like the don't take the bait. Seems very fitting for a race like this. And so as we get set to bring you the green flag, I do have a little hammer down trivia for you today. What NASCAR driver set the all-time speed record at MIS? And that's NASCAR driver. And what would your guess be if you had to not cheat, but off the top of your head, who do you think it was?
Oh God!
And I will say it's been in the last decade. So
It's been in the last decade. Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say maybe a Tony Stewart.
Good choice.
That's not.
But 2014, August 15th, Jeff Gordon ran a 34.857 at 206 miles an hour in a qualifying run.
I was thinking Jeff Gordon too, but I was like, I don't know. He said last decade. I thought he was a lot faster early in his time.
Yeah, well, it seems like the talent around him got better as he got older. But yeah, I'm with you on that. I wouldn't have thought that. And before him, I believe it was Kevin Harvick, and so he broke Harvick's record about a year or so later. All right, we're getting set to bring you all the action here. Hammer down trucks at Michigan International Speedway. I think we're getting close. Do you have any word?
I have right now. I am looking at Mr. Happy. He is streaming. They've got a pretty good group going. They look like they're about 4 or 5 short, so I think they're just waiting on the back of the pack.
As we get set to get this race underway, still getting the lobby together, getting the drivers organized and ready for this one. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking to see how the drivers handle each other, handle the runs, how patient they are. And, on the outside groove, it seemed last night in the Cup race was like a death sentence because once you got up there maybe you got loose and got up there, got tight and got up there, or maybe you just made the wrong move, you kind of knew you were going to lose 2 or 3 spots, especially towards the end of the race.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's where that moniker I said was "don't take the bait," because the last thing you want to do is ruin somebody's race or your race at the same time, trying to make it go 4 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide. I know it seems like you can do it, and I know that you think you can do it. I promise you, it's harder than you think it is.
Absolutely. And I want to continue this conversation. But if anybody's listening and they are a driver, please send more invites. I don't want the ones that we have to lapse. So hopefully we can get some more invites before we get started with this one.
And so right now they've got 24 trucks. Mr. Toon is giving me the 2-minute warning. So.
All right. So 2 minutes away from the green flag at Michigan here in the trucks. We've had some really good racing. We've had 3 different winners in 4 races. Travis, 3 starts and had 2 wins, and now he's in his 4th start with 2 wins. 50%, man, coming into this race.
Yeah, that was my pick for this season, so I'm hoping he's just listening to my keys to victory, which is helping him. Yeah, he's also my teammate in Cup too, so he's getting some good practice up there as well. So, maybe for some people, riding in Cup and then going to the trucks might not help. It might help him. 2 wins in 4 races kind of shows he's doing something right.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good experience to race in the trucks and then come over to Cup. And I think it certainly helps him out on a Saturday night to have the benefit to race, Cup on Friday and then come and race truck on Saturday. Certainly helps him out. And we're getting close. We got the 2 minutes about a minute ago, so we're expecting about maybe another minute or so until we get this one rolling. I'm Spencer Schatz bringing you the action here. Alongside me, Kyle Van Zant. This is the Hammer Down Racing Series. And Kyle, let's talk about our Facebook page.
Yeah, so Hammer Down Racing Series on Facebook. Go ahead and give it a like. We put a lot of different content on there, along with some funny pictures that we find throughout the days. But that's where the points are posted, the qualifying grids are posted, any kind of league information that you need, how to join. We're always looking for, drivers to jump in for these trucks. Perfect example, last night after the Cup race, a driver was moved down to trucks and a truck driver was pumped up to trucks. So, there's just because you're in trucks does not mean you're stuck in trucks. But you can find league information. We have merchandise. The YouTube streams are always posted on the page. We got Friday nights with Mr. Twoon and Mr. Punk Panda themselves, and then Saturday nights with us. So, pick your poison, really.
Absolutely. Give credit to that other crew. They do a great job on Friday. Enjoy listening to all of their broadcasts. And like to watch them race. They get to watch us race, and then we get to watch them race. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And the timer is rolling, my friend.
All right.
22 trucks.
22 trucks is our total
22.
To start this one.
That is our total to start this race, 22.
So King Pile is on the pole.
Yep.
He's got a win this year. So King Pile, not a lot of pressure on him. Never really a lot of pressure on him in any race because he goes out and he executes.
Yeah, he does. I don't know if I want to be starting out front on a race like this, though. That draft is going to get you by turn 3, and I think you're going to be mirror driving for the first couple laps.
I'll tell you, on the restart here, once you get, probably into turn 2, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of momentum on that top side on the restart, but you got to get to the bottom pretty quick.
Oh, you can. I found myself last night racing on the top side a little bit. We can go ahead and join in.
And we're getting set to drop the green flag. We will get logged in and bring you all the action here at Michigan.
Yeah, the top side does work. Just how many laps does it work for?
Yeah. It's good for about the first lap, and then you better start figuring out how to get to the bottom because you're going to lose a few spots. And it happened to me. On the first lap, I went from second place starting last night to 10th.
Hmm.
Before I even crossed the finish line for lap 2, I was in 10th place.
Yeah, the big difference is those cup cars, they get up and go. Like these trucks, they kind of take a little bit to wind up.
And we're under green. As the green flag waves in the air, King Pile in the 98 will take us to green here on the first lap with the Happy Machine out there in the 26. I really like the color of that truck. Just a very
Yeah.
basic paint scheme, but a very unique paint color and a good driver behind the wheel.
And Happy did exactly what you said. You know, he just got down to the bottom as quickly as he could.
Absolutely. And he's all over the bumper of the 98. We got some tight racing in the back. Looks like we might even be 3 wide coming into turn 3. As they come out of turn 4 and back down the front straightaway here, we've got some swerving going on in the back.
Looks like Happy's being a little patient here. He's not really forcing the issue. And as I say that, he dives down to the bottom.
Yeah, Happy going to try to run that bottom on Pile, and he's making it work as he's got a pretty good run. He's about at Pile's quarter panel, but he's not going to be able to complete the pass.
Yeah, this doing that early in a run, I believe, is probably going to take a good maybe 2 laps to actually complete that pass because of the run you get on the outside of these turns on the exit.
Absolutely, and he's got some helpers behind him to get in that draft, and Pile's kind of strung out all alone up there. Somebody, you know, maybe wants to go with him, but know that they really can't here at Michigan.
Yeah, these trucks, I mean, now you're on what, lap 3? So, Pile in the wall a little bit.
Pile's in the wall.
But now you're on
the
lap
26 might clear him going down into this corner. Let's see if he slides up and tries to take that air away from that 98.
So it looks like Pile's able to keep the speed a little bit more running that middle line where it looks like Happy kind of has to let off. And
oh, we got somebody in the grass. Not sure who it was. Looked like the 87. I believe that's Travis. But he's able to gather it back up. That was a great save because usually you're spinning around.
I see Happy's moving up a lane now. He's seeing that Pile's able to hold that speed, you know, going through the turns where he's having to let off a lot more. So it looks like for these trucks, this middle lane might be the preferred lane to run.
Yeah, it seems like it's somebody else into the wall there through that curve, and we've got some pretty good racing. The really tight racing so far. It's pretty clean. We've seen a couple of guys hit, but nothing too tragic.
Incidental. A lot of it's incidental, and it's going to be when you're grouped up in a pack like this. You know, a lot of it can be incidental, but you know, you don't want to see that guy, you know, go somewhere he doesn't need to go and, you know, hit 3-4 trucks.
And Biker just went underneath really shallow coming out of that turn and got right into the quarter panel of Travis. And I don't know if Travis is going to be real happy about that one. But nevertheless, they were able to keep going and no other contact was made, and we stay green.
I'm telling you what, right now, I'm focused on Pile, but I've got the review camera on, and it looks like they're racing Daytona.
Yeah,
they're just
really,
all single file.
It definitely has the feel of a super speedway in this one as we ride along with the 18 of Titanic. I got to race Atlanta for him until I lagged out, so that was a lot of fun. Glad to see him back in the truck.
Yeah, he has confirmed that his internet issues have been corrected completely, and he's been running the last week or so with no issues whatsoever, so it's good to have him back.
As we go through the field here, like this view facing back towards the windshields, it kind of lets us go down the line and get a nice look of the field. And we're riding along here with Biker, who's having a pretty good run. Scoop making his way up to the 98. He's going to try to put a move here. There are 3 wide. Happy's underneath, and you got the 2-car Filski up high as we come down the back straightaway. Into the wall, we've got a wreck. Twoon the Hoon, it looks like he got clipped, and he got sent up right into the wall at a very high rate of speed. Not sure if we're going to get a caution for this one. It looks like we will. And a a
Yep.
needed break for Twin the Hoon.
Yeah, so now here comes that second key to victory is who's going to adjust their truck. So you've ran a couple laps. Those guys up front have seen that Pyle is running that middle line and it's working for them. So are these guys? These guys are going to get the chance to adjust their trucks to maybe run up there or just maybe run the bottom a little bit better.
And right now,
So
Travis 8th, Biker 9th, Killer Sean John 10th, Stag 11th, Silver Bullet 12th, Woody 13th, Silence Killer 14th, and Brandon looks like 15th, Colin 16th, and Darrell 17th. 22 cars in the field.
That's 22 cars, 22 trucks, and I believe 5 new guys.
5 new guys, and one caution. It's been pretty clean to start this one, so we hope that trend continues as Pyle will race from the second position. The 97 actually starts this one out after the caution.
I do believe he did not pit, or if he did, he took 2 tires.
Okay, so Brando making a very risky but bold move there in the 97 as he's out front.
To pull a classic movie, it's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Let's see if it pays off. That's right. So good racing here, riding on with King Pyle. He's got the 33 giving him a nice bump down the straightaway into turn 3, and a good run there by Pyle as he's going to take the lead to the front straightaway.
Yeah, and there's that outside line that you see. Once that 97 wasn't able to keep that truck down, he just got freight trained.
And the 26 has been there all night. I expect him to be there some more as we get close to the end of stage 1.
That's my pick.
Yeah, the 26. I'm going to go with Pyle, man. I like it. I like it early. What the 98 has, and but I'm going to say that 87 truck finds his way up to the front and gets a top 3 also.
I was about to say, you going to call Travis out, give him a 3rd win in 4 races?
I like the 87. I think, he's got pretty good numbers.
Yeah, he does. He's got the numbers to back it up. He definitely does.
Back here with Filski putting some pressure on the 26, but really everybody's under fire because you're like I said, you're having to protect that bottom, and that's what the race last night turned into, was who can fight to stay on the bottom, because sometimes you may not enter the corner as well with the draft and everything and all the speed you carry into the corner.
Yes. Also, just a roster announcement. Stag is going to be filling in for Panda for the next 8 weeks. So Stag will be in that 17 truck.
All right, Stag in the 17 truck filling in for Panda. And so far we've had a good race in this one. Back here with Forensic in the 4. He's got a good battle going on behind him. Looks like Biker, Twin the Hoon, all back here fighting for position. Wide open racing. I believe he's only been with us a couple of races. Is that correct?
This is his first race.
First race. Okay, so wide open racing there in the 40.
So, I mean, you could kind of tell right now the difference in tires. So, Brando started P1 at the restart, and he is 19th right now. But he's got a pack of trucks in front of him. This is why we like the mass trucks that we have. I mean, he's sitting in 19th, but he can see the bumper of 14th and 13th. Like, he's right there with everybody.
And we've got
he's not losing the draft.
We've got basically two packs forming here, but Biker and Titanic seem to be closing in on that pack, and they do. So now we are back together again, and we've got some really good draft coming down the back straightaway. A lot of speed from these trucks tonight. Looks like Pyle is still maintaining that lead, man. He's running the middle to top line, and he's able to hang on to it.
Yeah, he's banking on that run coming off the turns. He's making the straightaway longer, which is kind of what you want to do at a track like this where it's high draft like that. Oh.
Looks like a caution. Darrell has spun out. There's a truck flipping end over end.
Caution in the background.
And that was a wild one that took place. Darrell, so far, not having a great night, involved in an accident there, and really hasn't gotten up very far in this one. But as we look through the field, 11th place Stag Woody 12th, Twoon 13th, Silver Bullet 14th, 15th wide open. Looks like Pyle is still in the lead in this one, and if it's not him, it's Happy in the 26. So Michigan International Speedway here with the trucks. We've got 22 trucks running tonight. We've got several winners in this one, 3 different winners in 4 races. We're going to see if one of them maybe could capitalize and get 3 wins in such a young season. But we're getting ready for the green flag after that caution, and Pyle's off to a fast start, a very good restart for the 98 truck.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that middle to high line is working as well as it is.
Absolutely. You carry a lot of momentum when you run that high line, and like you said, he's banking on that, and it seems to be working so far. We get an aerial view of that 98 truck. He has changed his scheme on us this week. I guess he got tired of us talking about him. But we're still going to talk about it because we see him out front once again.
What was it? Duggar, right?
Yeah,
Tim
Duggar. We kind of dubbed him for a few races the George Strait 98.
Well, I think I'm going to have to look him up on Spotify. That way, if Pyle wins the race, I'll have to play that in the background.
Yeah. I might even can pull it up and play it on the stream if we're lucky. So Happy back here. Looks like maybe a little pit strategy, or maybe he got stuck at the top and got shuffled back, but he's trying to march back to the front, as he was probably back in about 6th or 7th there for a split second, but now he's worked his way into the top 5.
Anybody, if you're watching the stream and you hear music, please let us know now.
Yeah, if you're watching this stream and it's not going like it should, then please let us know. Looks like we have a spin there at the end of stage 1, and not sure who that was. The 8 truck in Sniper kind of spun out, almost got pitted, but that's the end of stage 1. I believe it's Pyle who picks up the stage win. And that was a pretty interesting stage. Had a few cautions, a little chippy, but it's pretty good racing so far.
Yeah, it is. Do me a favor, check the stream, because I'm looking at it live right now, and it's on the Race Now screen.
Let me see.
While you're checking that, I'll bring in the action. So, looks like we got Pyle back up on row 1 with Filski to his outside. He's going to get the green flag here, and they're just going to stay 2 by 2. I don't think anyone's really going to push this 3 wide. But you got Death bringing it up into the top 3 for the first time that I've seen him there. And you know, he had a good run last week at Mid Ohio, and I think he's trying to follow that up with a good run here at Michigan.
Yeah, absolutely. King Pyle in the lead in this one, trying to figure out these technical difficulties. You're going to have to take this one over for a minute while I figure this out.
You got it, man. So, yeah, I'm still going to follow. I'm following Pyle here right now. He's actually, and I do believe there is a caution out right now. Yep, there is a caution.
I need you to send me an invite if you can.
Yeah. It could have been. It could be my phone. I'm not sure because it's not even changing the 77 car.
Oh, really?
I mean, it says we're live.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this. I'm trying to figure this shit out, man.
We try to bring you guys good action, and it kind of screws us up in the long run.
Yep.
Did you get your invite?
Yep. Appreciate it.
Oh, and you know what, guys? I'm going to take full blame for that because the stream was under the label test. So I was not paying attention to that.
Oh, you're good.
So I do apologize. That was a jinx mess up.
Oh, were you not watching the right stream? Well, no, you're right because the live stream here is not working.
It's working now. I can see you in the load screen. So
Okay.
we still got Pile and Death.
Okay, so how does it look now?
I'm seeing Fanatec right now.
Okay, good.
There we go.
That's
It's
a good
loading in
sign.
now.
All right. I think we got it
So
figured out.
we still got Pile, and it looks like Death and Mr. Titanic himself running there in P3 with Biker right behind him. So
Absolutely. Pile's been dominant so far in this one, and like you said, Titanic and Biker up there at the front now. Oh, there goes Titanic around, and that's going to create a lot of attrition
the big
in this
one.
one. And there should be a caution after that one. That was a lot of trucks involved.
Absolutely. And keep in mind, this is the first week that the league will be passing out the penalties. So I think a lot of people who raced last night, and I'm not going to put out names of who got the penalties, but they're probably going to run a little different, and a lot of everyone else is going to run different, knowing that there's that chance out there. But we know incidental contact happens, so, I mean, it looks like they're running a lot cleaner. They're trying to stay clean, and let's be honest, the last 4 truck races, and then this one, they've all been great races.
Absolutely.
I'm dropping the hammer. No, you're not.
And we're getting set to go back green after that caution. The 98 and the 33 at the front. Going to lead us to green. You got the 34 right there. He's involved, and Biker up there as well in the 13.
Yeah, I mean, and look at that 97 truck. He made a little pit stop gamble earlier, but now it's shown to maybe it's getting him back up there because maybe he's on a different strategy. But we're going to see how this works. It's the first time we've seen Scoop up front, so let's see if Scoop can make that lower line work, how Pyle makes the top line work. We're going to tell these guys, though, don't take the bait.
Yeah, don't take the bait. That is one of the keys, probably the number one key. And 34 in the lead, or actually no, he's not in the lead. 33 and the 34 up front.
We got action in the back. We got action in the back. There's probably going to be a caution coming up.
And the stream is now fixed. I've got it fixed. A lot of little technical things have to take place to get it in sync, but we've got it right now, so I apologize for that. We will one day get this worked out, but nevertheless, we've got another caution.
And we're just, everybody's just a little amped up right now, and and just like last night, the restarts is when you're really going to maximize your position. You can get those extra 2-3 positions right on a restart going into turn 1 and 2, turn 3. These guys just got to settle down though. Take a breath, and just know that hey, it's a long race, and you don't have to force that pass right there. Wait a lap and you'll get it. A lot of these guys are fast. They know what to do.
Yeah, and we've seen some drivers really racing hard and trying to take up a lot of space and maybe taking it 3 wide, and it's going to get a little bit more chippier from here on out, I believe, but so far I think it's been a pretty good race. Got a little action there, the 13 into the 98.
Yeah, he got down below that yellow and kind of had to corral it back in.
Yep, trying to hold
Otherwise,
on
he
to
would have
it.
lost. Oh, we got
two
action
trucks.
in the
Dang,
back.
looks
Two
like
trucks.
Swoon the Hoon, and I'm not sure who else it was. It was the 3 and somebody else. But we are still green in this one. We've got carnage on the back straightaway. Several drivers that are trying to get back on track. Looks like no caution.
Oh, we got another car on the wall in the back, and he is on the grass. Coming back up. Oh, we got more cars on the infield.
We've got several wrecks kind of happening right before our eyes.
Yep.
Not sure
Back
if
of
any
the pack.
of them are going
I
to
see
bring
3 in the back.
a caution.
There's about to be one. There should be one here in just a second.
Some more beating and
There it
banging there.
There it is.
As the 2 maybe got
Into the stage.
98, into the stage, and kind of glad that was what was
Yep.
going on, because I think we needed a break after that one. And so we are under, well, caution because the stage has ended. And so into the stage, and that is the end of stage 2.
Man, this race is flying by, though.
It really is. And I believe, who got that win? It was at the 34 to get the stage
I believe
win?
yes. So the top 10 right now we have is Death, Pile, Filsky, Biker, Happy, Stag, Silenced, Wide Open, Scoop, and I didn't get to see 10th. It disappeared on me.
And so we're getting set for the last stage of the race. The 34 in Death will lead us here to the last stage, as Piles on the outside, Filsky right behind the 34, and the 13 behind the 98. But don't forget about that 26. He's been there all day.
Yeah, he has. He's fell back a couple times. I don't know if it's a product of some rubbing his race in, or it's a product of just getting stuck on the high side. He definitely looks like his truck prefers the bottom over the middle or the top. I mean, it looks like he kind of has to slow it down way too much to get going. To whereas like Pile and I'm watching Scoop, and it looks like Silence, they're able to run that high line and just keep it there. And it's a good process to think, okay, everyone in this race is feeding the bottom, move it to the top, because you're gonna run where they ain't.
And the 2 truck made a very gutsy move to get up to that top. I would say don't do that last night, but in this one it seems like the top carries a lot of momentum, so that truck's looking good right now. Looks like he can run both.
And don't look now, we got a new guy on the 40 truck peeking his nose into the top 5. That is Wide Open Racing in the number 40.
Wide Open making his debut here in the Hammer Down Truck Series in that 40 truck. And that 2 truck's looking really good right now. He's able to get around the 98, but he's got some pressure on the inside. And really, all this side-by-side racing is going to allow that 34 to kind of maintain a comfortable lead.
And then he's watching for it. And even if he's out front, he's still mirror driving, because the more he sees those trucks going side by side, weaving back and forth, he's just laughing all the way to the checkered flag. That's what you want to see as a leader. You want to see some battling going on and not really have to worry about, he's running his own line. Like we said last week with SBR White at Mid-Ohio, he wasn't battling anybody. So he was able to run his line and run where he wanted without having to worry about somebody coming up on him.
And the 34 into the wall hard into that one, and that's going to break up a lot of momentum and allow a run to come from those trucks right behind him. It looks like the 17 and the 2 in particular, along with the 98, are charging towards that 34.
Yeah, he's gonna do a little late block there. He cut the nose off a little bit, but he's gonna try to protect it. Cut the draft off a little bit, but he looks like he's staying high. He's not worried about where everyone else is. I'm looking at Death, and he's running where he wants to run. He's not really worried about running anybody else's line.
And the 34, despite hitting the wall, able to maintain the lead. And that's pretty impressive so far, because it seems like here you make a little mistake, you can lose up a lot of momentum. But 34 hanging on. You got the 33 creeping back up here, but it's Really impressed, like you said, that number 40. Look at him trying to stick his nose in there under the 98. Let's see if he's able to get to him here on the next lap. As they come down the front straightaway, running on the apron there, that little speed can be found down there. A little shortest way around the racetrack, down on the bottom, as they come down and around out of turn 2.
Death's truck may be loose. He looks loose. He may be loosened up his truck a little bit to get out front, and he might actually start hurting him in the long run.
And it looks like we have a lead change. The number 2 in Filski has taken the lead here in the Hammer Down Trucks at Michigan.
Oh, we got a
International
truck backwards
Speedway.
in the background. We got a truck spinning. We are probably going to have a caution here coming out. Yep. Oh, Happy got taken out.
And Happy in the 26, who's having a really good run, got pitted. Or maybe I don't know if he got pitted or just decided he needed to pit since he was already there. But
nah, he got pitted.
So he is pitted. The 8 also in a wreck in the same spot. We've got somebody on the apron down the back straightaway, but Filski maintains the lead here as we stay green. And that 2 truck's
these guys
really
are
good right now.
Yeah, these guys are getting antsy. They're starting to really defend that position they're in. That I can see. Nobody's just giving a spot away like they probably would have, 30 laps ago, where if you got the run, okay, here you go, just have it. Now it's, hey, that's my spot, get away from me.
33 gets to the quarter of Filski, but he's not going to be able to complete the pass. Not really the best line out of that corner, and the 2 truck is able to maintain the lead, but there is a line forming at the top with the 33, the 34, and the 18. They're kind of working together. Now, we really look like we're super speedway racing right here, Kyle.
Yeah, and it's showing. It's actually showing that outside line is the preferred line. When it comes to making a pass, I mean, it's shown to be very tough to pass somebody on the inside.
That 40 giving a little bump draft to the 2. The 33 up high. The 40 has done a tremendous job to get to the front. He is all over the back bumper of the 2, and now he's trying to fight off the 33. But man, he has positioned himself well in this one.
Yeah, he has, and he's got a tall task in front of him with Filski. If Filski is not going to give up a position easily, he's gonna hold his line. He's gonna stick it there.
Yeah, Filski doing a good job protecting the bottom. I think he has figured out maybe the key for his truck here as we get close to the waning moments of this one. I think we're going to have to make a couple of pit stops even, but through stage 2, we've had some really good racing as we saw Pyle win a stage. I believe Happy won a stage, or maybe
there's still 52 laps. There's still 52 laps. I believe this is stage 2.
Okay. I thought we were already through stage 2, but yeah, we've got a lot more racing to go.
I will say this, if they are this antsy this early with 50 laps to go, hold on to your seatbelts for the last 50.
Yeah, it should make for a good ending to this race. And, this has been tight, man. I was expecting a little bit more spread out than this, but not here so far.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks where as long as you can stay in the draft, I mean, you're in contention the whole time. All right, so we got some guys going on low on the backstretch, signaling they're pitting. So we're about to have some green flag pit stops going on right now.
And let's ride with the 2 and see how well he's able to get on pit road and off pit road even. As we enter here, good speed. On the brakes. It looks like a pretty good entry. As we'll watch him come down pit road. And we would like to...
And I'm going to say this. I just watched from the back of Filski. Great job by everybody who just pitted on this pit stop.
Yes,
I didn't see anybody get rear-ended. Nobody got rear-ended. Everybody signaled. Everybody slowed up to let people get in on pit road. Great job by these truck guys.
And the majority following the leader here into the pits. Not sure where we're going to be when this one cycles. But the 26 and I believe Tloon had to short pit this one, so they're going to have to pit here shortly again. Probably can run a few more laps.
Okay, so I was wrong. This is stage 3. Stage 3 is just extremely long.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like we've had 2 stage victors so far. I believe Pyle was one. Maybe Death was the second.
Yes, that's right. Death was the second one. I just was not expecting that a 50-some lap stage.
Yeah, that is pretty strange. So Silver Bullet here in the 68. We're going to kind of go through the field. Deluxe in that beautiful 21. It doesn't get better than that paint scheme. The 97 there, and Brando. I like this 97 truck, that kind of lime green look. James Snow in the all black, King Pyle in the yellow Champion 98.
I kind of like that. The more I see it, the more I'm actually really starting to like Death's paint scheme. It's plain, but it's smooth.
Yeah, the 34 is it's very easy to the eyes. GMC 34 there, not sure what's on the front. The 17 is a good looking truck as well. Built Ford Tough 17. Filski in the 2, Chevrolet, and I really like Biker's truck. I like the loud colors coming off of that one, the aqua color.
Oh, everybody likes that 17 truck. That's that Haley Deegan Monster Energy truck.
And the 32, a good-looking truck, Killer Sean John is driving. I believe Collins Racing may have lagged out. He has been in the pits an awful long time, so I believe...
Yeah, I believe he lagged out in stage 2.
We're back here with King Pyle as Forensic in that 4, putting a little pressure on him. And in front of them is Biker, who's had a pretty good race here at Michigan. This is the Hammerdown Racing Trucks at Michigan International Speedway, and this is race 5, I believe.
Yes, this is race 5.
Race 5, we have had 3 different winners in 4 races, and looking for a new one perhaps. Maybe we can have a new winner in this one.
It looks like, from what I'm seeing right now, it's just a 2-car battle right now for the lead.
Yeah, up here with the 2 and the 17. And like you said, a 2-car battle, kind of a runaway. We got 2 packs of 2s as they come down the front straightaway. A lot of pressure from that 17 on the 2.
Now, what these guys behind these 2 lead trucks want to do is they just want to line up and just run the draft as best they can and hope that these 2 battle like they're doing right now. The more these top 2 go side by side, the more that those backpacks can actually start catching up. Which is kind of what you want to see. I mean, you want to see some teamwork here, and I can already see that second pack is actually starting to catch these top 2. You know, they're just lined up while these top 2 are just, battling it out. It looks like Stag just made the pass.
And Stag making the pass. He's running that 17 truck for Panda, who's going to be out for a few races. Doing a great job filling in, and going to be doing this for, did you say the next 8 races, I believe?
It would be 7 after this race, yes. He's out of town during race days doing work, so he opened it up to somebody who wanted to fill in for him. So Stag was already a part-time guy, so he just stepped into his truck and opened up his original truck number to a new guy. So,
well, it's certainly good that you can get people to fill in like this. It certainly helps the field. And 22 tonight's a good number. We've got a lot more drivers than that, but we've got a few out for this one. But 22 is a really good number to race with.
yeah, right now we have, I believe, 27 or 28 guys who are signed up. And we know people can't make every race. It's not a big deal. But, they know that if they win, they're in, so they don't necessarily need to force themselves into making every race as long as they can get one win. That's the nice thing about how this point structure is,
absolutely. And the 17 made that pass on the 2, and the 2 just trying to hang with him. 17 looked really strong here in stage 3.
He's definitely adjusted his truck the right way, it looks like. And Filski seems to be going back a little bit. I don't know if he made a wrong adjustment or kind of tightened that truck up a little too much, but he's not really looking like he can hold the bottom as well as he was earlier in the race.
And Death in the 34, now making his approach to the 2 and the 17. Or actually, that'd be the 33 and the 17.
I'm just scrolling through the field here, see if there's some battles going on here, and the top 3 is that's a pretty good one.
Collins racing lagged out. You're looking at Brando in that 97, a lime green truck. James Snow looks like a lot of damage, staying on the bottom, coming out of the pits, doing the right thing. 98 here racing it against the 3, who's had a tough night, but maybe working his way back. I don't know if he's a lap down, but if he might be the first one a lap down if he is.
Yeah.
Sniper in the pits.
Yeah, unfortunately, they still haven't found a way to. I mean, we have to watch multiple streams just to try to get an idea of who's in what position. So, I mean, it doesn't make our jobs any easier, but we do our best.
Yeah, we don't. It's hard to keep up with the race. Like you said, we're looking at multiple streams. It's not broadcast friendly to view these races. It doesn't give you a lap count. It doesn't tell us really anything except what we can see on your screen.
So I'm looking at, right now we got Happy putting some pressure on Pyle, so I don't know if Pyle is a lap down. I know because Happy pitted a little early, he's going a completely different cycle. Him and Toon, I believe.
Looks like we've got some takers here for the pits. We come down pit road, Filski, the 17 and the 34, or 33 rather, on pit road. Forensic on pit road. And Titanic.
And we have 38 laps left in this race.
38 laps to go in this one. And we've had a good one so far. King Pyle with a stage win, as well as Death with the stage 2 victory. We've had a good run between the 17 and the 2 and the 18 lately. 17's been pretty strong in this one towards the end.
Yeah, and it definitely looks like they cleaned up the driving in this stage, which is what you want to see. You know, they've seen what they were doing and they probably adjusted to it. It's making for some good racing when everybody can get on the same page and realize, okay, let's calm it down. It's a long race, and it looks like they've done that.
Yeah, riding along with King Pyle, Happy here in the 26, trying to get up to the 34.
So right now, Happy is running 7th.
So Happy in the 7th position, trying to do some work on the 18 there in the Safe Light Toyota, just in front of him, and the 34 just in front of the 18, it appears, as they come down the back straightaway here at Michigan.
Now I'm looking through it, and it looks like it's gotten a lot stretched out. No real, like, somebody right on somebody, except for a few cars here and there. But I mean, it's a good race. I mean, this is what green flags do. I mean, green flag pit stops, they spread the field out.
Yeah, riding along here with the 17, we've got a good view of this battle for the lead. Got the 2 just in front of the 17 as you look forward. And I believe that's the 33 that has the lead right now.
Yes, Scoop is in the lead.
Scoop holding the lead in the 33. The 2 is underneath. Let's see if he's able to make this pass. It looks like he's got a pretty good run. Looks like he's going to take the 33. They got the bottom down the front straightaway. An advantage coming down. If he can get up, make a good angle into the turn, he ought to be able to maintain this one, and it looks like he will. So Scoop in the 2, back to the lead. He's going to lead in the lead.
Scoop's in the 33.
I'm sorry.
Filski in the 2.
Filski in the 2, back to the lead. As I'm flipping through the camera angles here, getting confused. There we go.
So I'm watching these 3 leaders as well, and they're all 3 being pretty patient. They're not taking the bait, taking the run when they think they got it. You know, they're running pretty clean. That's what you want.
Absolutely. Filski holding the lead here in the 2. Back here with Forensic, he's still behind the 98 as they're trying to do some work and get back to the front. Twin the Hoon on pit road, wide open racing, who's having a good run in the 40. Not sure where he's sitting, or maybe he got into some trouble, but he was up there with the leaders at one point.
Oh yeah, he was. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure what happened either. Unfortunately, we can't catch everything, which I wish we could. And he could just be on a different pit cycle. He may have just decided to short pit a little bit. Maybe he's done the math, and he knows, hey, if I pit now, I just can keep going.
And this is the Hammer Down Racing Truck Series. We appreciate you joining us for this one. We appreciate everybody watching this one, and we're bringing it to you as best we can. Still working out technical difficulties, so we apologize for that, but we've had a pretty good one here at Michigan as Stagg putting the pressure on that 2, who's been kind of a favorite of mine lately. At the end of the middle of stage 2, really he started to come on strong, and he's showing it here.
And he's looked like he's made that adjustment back to whatever he did in the last pit, because Filski's looking like he can hold that car on the bottom now, where before it looked like he just couldn't get it down there. Which is Jinx's second key to victory.
And what were those keys to victory again? Let's go back over them so people that just tuned in can hear it and follow along with what the strategy's been, really.
So the strategy, my strategies were based on pit adjustments. Don't take the bait, which I'm going to copyright that.
I like it.
Yeah, don't take that just because you got that run going into a turn. Doesn't mean you have to take it, because you could cause some problems. And then track position. You know, once you get it, can you keep it? And you want to keep it as best you can. And we've kind of seen that. You know, the 17 and the 2 didn't necessarily start up front. I believe the 17 actually started closer to the back half of the field, and once he's gotten up there, he's been able to keep that track position. And you know, that's kind of what you want. You want to keep that track position. You don't want to get mired back in the back after working your all the way up to the front again. It's one thing to pass a whole field of trucks once, but to have to do it 3 to 4 times, you don't want to do that.
No, and it can be a cause for concern trying to get back up through the field, and maybe even a little luck could be on your side and you could get through there cleanly, but not likely, as Filski makes another move there on the bottom and gets underneath the 17 truck, and back to the lead is the number 2.
Yep, the 17 looked like he got a little tight, and he just conceded the spot. He knew Filski was faster at that point, and he just decided to let him have it. And, you know, letting him have it got right back behind him, and now he's on his bumper again.
And the 17, really strong run. The 33 as well has been impressive. The 34, don't know where White is, but he was one of the front runners. I know the 26 got into a little trouble in this one, probably back in stage 2, I believe it was. But if you're just joining us, King Pyle in the 98 takes the first stage, and Death, I believe, in the 34 took stage 2, and then here we sit with the 2, the 17, and the 33, your 3 front runners.
So we got a pretty good battle back here with Forensic. He finally got by the 98. I believe, yeah, he got by the 98, and he's got, I believe, I can't tell if that's wide. Yep, he's got wide open, happy, and another truck following right with him. So there's a 4-car battle right there. I'm just not sure for what position.
And we're gonna.
But there are 29 laps to go in this race, and it's gotten spread out. So now we're gonna see who can make those last-minute adjustments. I believe there's probably going to be about maybe two more pit stops left.
29 to go in this one, as you heard it there from Kyle. And if you're just joining us, Michigan International Speedway, Hammerdown Trucks, a good race so far here, following along with the 26, who's had kind of a rough night. We've got some takers on pit road. Looks like Filski and several others follow the leaders down pit road. And we'll see how this strategy plays out. Maybe have a couple of holdouts as Twoon the Hoon's still on track.
Well, as we were saying earlier, Twoon the Hoon and Happy are on completely different pit cycles.
Yeah,
so
trouble in the stage 2 has kind of forced them in that situation.
Yeah, so they are on completely different pit cycles now. I know Happy, I believe, is a lap down, so I'm not 100% sure if Twoon is a lap down.
So Twoon the Hoon comes down pit road, and several are exiting. The 34 there. Here comes the 17 on track, and the 2 has a pretty sizable lead up in front. So good job there by Filski to kind of get on and off pit road and execute that well. As they are chasing down the 21.
These leaders are definitely putting a good race together.
Yeah, it's been really clean up front. We've seen a lot of lead changes. We've seen some really clean racing. We've seen some cautions, a little bit of everything, but overall it's been a good one. And underneath, catching a lot of momentum and a very pretty line he's holding through that turn. Had a big run and I think gained a little bit, but lost coming out. If you're following on with Stag, you saw that 17 truck really fast on entry, but not as fast on exit.
Yeah, it's possible he can just drove it down a little bit. That could be the product of older tires, or not older tires, but low tires. He's just probably waiting for those pressures to get up. And it seems to be that Stag and Scoop get a little faster, 5-6 laps into a run.
Good shot there, the 17 coming out of turn 2. Good looking truck there, good looking Ford. Got the 21 between him and the leader, I believe is the current leader, Filski. A great run in this one. Didn't really see him a whole lot in the first stage. I mean, he was up there, but kind of faded. But ever since stage 2, he's kind of been the man up front.
Yeah, and that's the product of track position, getting it and keeping it, and he got it, and he's done a great job of keeping it. Being up front, it gives you a lot of power too, because you control the pits, you can control the line, and somebody may try to pass you, but 9 times out of 10, early in a run, they're probably just going to draft with you for 5, 6, 7, 8 laps. So you can control the narrative really running in a track like this where the draft is so important.
We've got about 22, 23 laps to go in this one, getting towards the latter stages of this one. There's a really short first 2 stages and then like a really long final stage, Kyle.
Yeah, I don't understand that one. When I saw 52 to go, I thought we were still on stage 2. That's really weird how they blocked those stages out.
Yeah, that was kind of strange. But here's where we are. I know right now Darrell is running on fumes. He's going to have to pit at some point. Looking at his screen, running in the 15th position. He's going to come back around and try to hold on as long as he can. we're riding along with.
Yeah, so now you're going to get, with 20 to go, you're going to get these guys, they're probably going to run it dry, you know, to the best of their abilities. Run it dry to make sure you get this next pit stop that they have to take is going to be their last one.
Coming through the field, Happy, the 26 on pit road. Travis crossing over the finish line there, completing a lap. Chasing down a truck in front of him now. Filski.
Yep, and we got a pass for the lead.
The 17 to the front now, leading the field in the number 2 truck. And this has been a great battle the last 15 laps or so, just back and forth, man, just trading that position off.
Yeah, it's looking like Filski's the dominant truck for like the first 6-7 laps of the run, and then it seems like Stag's truck is definitely built for the longer haul, and he tends to get up there and make that pass. Now the key has been for him to keep that lead, because once he gets it, he tends to lose it within a couple laps, which has kind of put him behind the 8 ball of having to kind of run up behind, run down Filski again after a green flag pit stop.
Yeah, and their pit strategy has paid off. They've been fast on and off, and you see what that gets you. You get two top cars up here at the front, gonna probably battle this one out, pending a caution. Now, a caution would really mix things up late in this race.
Oh, it would. And honestly, I don't want to see one. This has been some great racing. Yes, grouping the field back up would be amazing, but we all know that could cause some disasters too, so we don't really want to see that. I'd like to see this race between the 17 and the 2 actually play out all the way to the finish.
Yeah, we're hoping for a good finish. A caution here would shake things up, but nevertheless, we've had good racing in this one. We've seen, this is probably the first time I've really noticed how spread out the trucks have been, because it hasn't been for many laps, but right now we've got packs of 2s all over this track.
Yeah, it's been a great race, and it shows those pit stops, you know, and you could have seen some drivers getting some speeding penalties going on pit road, and that'll spread the field out big time. You may go in with a group of 4, but if you're speeding, you're coming out 15 seconds after them.
We are left with 19 to go, I believe, with them crossing the line. 19 laps to go in this one, as we've had 100 laps slated for Michigan International Speedway, Hammer Down Trucks. King Pile started on the pole, got the first stage win, followed up by Death with the stage 2 victory. And then since then, we've had a little caution here and there, but the 2 and the 17 have taken over this one.
Yes, they have, and like I said, I really want to see this race play out, because now you're going to see when they come in to make those pit stops again, you're going to see, you know, Filski be the better truck on the short run, and is there going to be enough laps left for the 17 to kind of chase him down like he has the last couple green flag pit stops? And
the leaders are approaching a truck coming out of the pits, I believe.
That's Scoop
33 and Scoop. So we're going to have a pretty fast truck up, probably on fresh tires. You know, I would say probably go right around these 2 very soon.
Fairly quickly too. Tires are definitely.
The 2 and the 17 have now entered pit road, so they will make a pit stop here. I'm not sure what the fuel mileage is here. Maybe they're going to have to pit again. I know about 10 laps last night, maybe more, got you through a fuel run.
Yeah, I was able to run about 15.
Okay. So, not sure what it is with the trucks, but probably in that ballpark.
Well, so here's going to be the interesting thing. So, Happy and Twoon are on different cycles. So if the leaders have to pit again, when Happy and Twoon pit, they're not going to have to pit again.
And Twoon the Hoon, we're following along with him. Happy on pretty good distance behind him, but Twoon is going to come down pit road. Happy is going to stay on the track. He's got the 21 chasing him, the 98 around the corner there as we see the 18. I don't know if he's got problems or what's going on with him. Very slow. But maybe you just get back on the track. It seemed awfully slow. Maybe he's got a blown tire.
He might be out of gas.
Okay, out of gas, blown tire. Very slow on that one. Couldn't tell if a caution was going to come out or not. But as we try to find our way back to the leader, I'm not sure who's leading this one right now, but I can tell you Twin the Hoon 14th. Actually make that biker Twin 15th to Real in 15th. Twin back to 16th, Killa in 17th.
Yeah, so right now it's Stag and Filski doing what they've been doing all stage 3. Scoop was able to get around them, so he was able to fight and get his lap back. So it's going to come down right now. Stag did what he needed to do. He held that lead before the green flag pit stop, so he was able to come out in front of Filski, which is what he wanted to do. Last couple of green flag stops was Filski getting his lead back and then coming out of pit road and able to get a pretty good distance between him and Stag would have to run him down for about 5-6 laps. So Stag did his job, he kept his lead, and he was able to come out of pit roads first. So now his job is going to be able to hold that strong 2 truck, who seems to be a lot faster for the first couple of laps.
And we're here with Filski in the 2, right on the bumper of the 17. They've been pretty close for the last several laps, probably the last 30 laps or so. We've seen a lot of action out of these two. Because we've got the 33 not too far behind the 2. Back here with the 3, there's the 40. Not sure where Wide Open Racing currently runs, but first start here in the Hammer Down Racing Series and was in the top 3 and really put the pressure on the leader at the time. So good debut for the 40.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, it's a good debut for all these new guys. I mean, even Brando Hall, when he made that bold move to stay out and not pit, even when he realized that, hey, he didn't have it to stay up there, he stayed out of the way, he let everyone go, and he did the right thing, man. It was a move to try to make it, but it didn't pay off. But he didn't force any errors upon everyone else. He just got out of the way. So it's looking really good. I mean, this is a really good truck field, and we got almost 3 wide right there with Pyle on the outside who just came out of pit road. So
and Real goes down on the apron. That's signaling he's about to pit. Got a lot of guys behind him, so that is of note. We'll see how this one plays out. Hopefully they saw the signal that the 02 is about to make his pit stop.
Yep, and we got to change for the lead again. Filski gets his lead back. Bill Real. He might have just got loose because he stayed in the pie through 3 and 4 and didn't pit.
Yeah, he's running on fumes. He gave the signal. Like you said, he may have got a little too loose, did not want to cause a major wreck, so kudos to him for having the awareness not to pull that move off. The 26 down pit road currently. Like we said, the 26 and Twin the Hoon, I believe, and the 3 are on different pit cycles. This ought to get them to the end, I believe. And Filski here in the 2 running really strong today around the 17. It's just been a flip-flop between the 17 and the 2 for the last 20 laps.
It has, and I have a feeling it's going to come down to a last lap pass or a last lap block. I feel like that's what it's going to come down to. These two have been, crossovers all day. One guy gets out, and then 2-3 laps later, here comes that second guy to take the lead back, and I think that's how it's going to play out.
So 12 laps remaining in this one. So we're close to getting under 10. I think things are going to heat up. The cars are really spread out. This has probably been the longest stretch that we've had in this race where cars have been this spread out. A lot of them are 2x2 all around the racetrack as people are coming in and out of the pits and cycling through as the 98 is coming down pit road to make his final pit stop of the race. The pole sitter, he also has a stage win, but currently not in the lead as the 2 and the 17 are battling it out here.
And to answer your question, it is 11 laps to a tank of gas.
11 laps to a tank of gas. I was really close because I want to say last night it was about 10 to 11. And I actually had to save some fuel in the first stage last night to get a top 10 in that stage. So, and man, I was saving a lot because I was running out of fuel coming down, basically getting into 3, so I saved just enough.
So these leaders are going to have to pit one more time. And so that's where I was saying with that off pit cycle that Tune and Happy run, these leaders have to pit. Happy does not.
Yeah, so Happy just made his final pit stop in that 26 truck, kind of pale looking yellow truck. 18 there as we see Death in the 34, and we're back up to the leaders. Stag still putting the pressure on the 2.
I think with these two, I think they both know they have to pit one more time, so I don't think they're going to push the issue too much. I think they're just going to ride it out to that last pit stop, and then it's going to be game on after that.
Game on, he said, and I think we're about 10 laps to go here. As we're kind of looking through the field. I know Biker 13th, King Piles 14th, so kind of a rough day for the Stage 1 winner and the pole sitter. The Real 15th, Sniper 16th, and Twin the Hoon in 17th.
Yeah, and I didn't see Pyle get into anybody or get into any incidents, so I can maybe accrue that to maybe he got a untimely speeding penalty.
That's true. I do know that we had a point in this race where we had several wrecks all along the racetrack, and I know several drivers got held up, but not sure it was him, but yeah, it could have been a penalty.
So right now we have Stag, who is short pitted and left Filski on the track by himself.
So Stag trying to make a move here on pit road to see if it pays off. Filski going to have to pit. Stag goes ahead and makes his final stop. We will see how this plays out. So we try to get back up here to Filski. I believe he's going to try to pit this lap.
I believe he should pit. I mean, if he doesn't pit now, he's.
And he.
Yep, he's yep.
He's slowing down, and he is coming to pit road. So your leader is on pit road. We will stay with the 2 here to see how this one cycles out. With under.
I'm gonna go to the 17, and I'm gonna keep track of him, see where he's at on the track. There he is.
So the 2 on pit road here.
So the 17 is on the backstretch right now.
The 2 is about to enter his stall. As he's in his stall now, as Kyle said, on the back straightaway is the 17.
He is coming through 3 and 4 as we speak.
And I believe he's going to have this one. Filski is just now out of his pit stall, so I believe the 17 may even have a pretty big gap on the 2.
The 17 just crossed the line right now.
2 is just now getting into turn 1, trying to get up speed in the grass a little bit sideways there, a little squiggly, trying to get up to speed, but the 17 should be close.
The 17 is coming up on him now, and here's the difference. The 17 is completely up to speed.
Filski,
and that 2 is still getting up to speed.
Filski impressively was able to get off pit road a little quicker than we could kind of tell where the 17 was, but pretty decent gap there. Did not pay off for Stag in that 17.
Well, what we've seen is that 17 gets a lot better with the laps on his tires, so I'm thinking maybe he's short-pitted, they have to get his tires up to pressures up, and then while his trucks finally start kicking into gear, he should be right there with Filski.
Good action shot there for you, the 2 coming right through your living room screen if you're watching in your living room, your computer room, whatever. But really good action shots here in Heat 5. Just wish they had the laps posted up there. That's all they were missing in the viewing connection here.
So there's 3 laps to go.
So 3 laps to go in this one.
So probably 2 laps to go now.
Filski across the line, so 2 to him as the 17 is starting to close that gap. I just don't think it's going to be enough. He's going to need the 2 to maybe slip up, make a mistake here.
It was a good move. I mean, you got to think. I mean, you 2 are battling for all stage 3. You got to change it up a little bit. Try to, throw a wrench in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Short pitting wasn't a bad idea, but if he had to take 4 and then Filski had to take 4, I mean, you're not really going to gain that much time. Now, if Stag had short pitted, took maybe 2 tires, then Stag would be in the lead right now. But if Filski had 4, Filski would probably be running him down right now.
And it's the hammer down 1 to go, I believe, for the 2 truck. Filski, a great run at this one. Battled his way through that first stage and really emerged in that second stage and has been dominant pretty much ever since with some heat from the 17, but on and off pit road very impressively tonight, and he has executed it well. The 2 coming around out of turn 4, and he's coming down the front straightaway, and I believe the 2 car, Filski, will take the victory here at Michigan.
Yep, they're still running, so I believe that it. My lap count says. Huh. Interesting.
This should be the last lap.
Okay, so this is the last lap.
It's got to be.
Yeah, and then, Stag just really hasn't been able to close that gap. He was closing it for a little bit, but he just really hasn't been able to get there.
Yeah, he's really pushing that car kind of a Kyle Larson push
into
the wall. Yeah, so he gave it everything he had.
Video game move.
Biker able to get around him.
Video game move.
The number 2, I believe that's the final lap, and he does. He wins it. The 2 of Filski here at Michigan International Speedway, Hammer Down Truck Series, takes the victory, and what a hell of a run there by the 2. We talked about him when he started to emerge there, and I said, he looks like a contender, and he certainly proved it.
And we got our 4th winner in 4 days, or in 5 races.
So 4th different winner in 5 races.
So the top 10 right now, that top 10 I had, we have. It just disappeared. Stupid stream.
Gotta love it. It's not easy for the broadcasters to kind of tell y'all what's going on because.
All right, so the top 10 we have wide open. Wait, what? Wide open won this race.
So we were way off. Wide Open is the victor. A surprise to us. What a pit strategy for Wide Open. I don't know how that happened, but we know the 40 was strong. But what did he do differently that we're going to have to go back and look at?
I don't know, but I'm about to invite him into this chat because I had no idea.
Yeah, we thought the 2 had won the race. We were convinced. We followed that pack throughout the last 30 laps or so. But it looks like Wide Open Racing in that 40, his debut in the Hammer Down Truck Series, gets a victory in this one. So we're going to get him.
We're going to have to apologize to him for not giving him the screen time for a winner.
We are sorry. Well, like I was saying, our hands are tied. We cannot see really what's going on besides watching streams and trying to keep up with the race that way. Extremely difficult. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us. We apologize for our technical difficulties. Still getting better each and every week, working those out, trying to bring you a better experience at the same time learning on the fly. So a great race for Michigan International Speedway. We talked about it. Drivers were going to have to not take the bait. That was the number 1. Fast lines on the bottom. If you can hold that bottom and have a good pit strategy. I mentioned that in the pre-races. Is there going to be somebody that's going to play fuel mileage or have a different pit strategy that can pull this one out? And that's what we had. And joining us now, Wide Open Racing, a great run in that number 40 truck. Man, tell us what you did differently than everybody else you think for your pit strategy.
When that final stage started, it was 60 laps, and you get 11 laps on fuel if you push it hard. If you can run the draft, you can stretch it to 12, and that was my strategy, just to get those 12 laps each run and try to stay in the draft and not fall back.
You put on a great race, and we apologize. We didn't give you the screen time at the end because we didn't know you were actually in the lead and winning the race, so we apologize for that, but congratulations.
No worries. I know it can get confusing at times, and just glad to get that win out of the way right away.
Hey, Kyle, if you want to ask him some questions.
Yeah, that was a great debut, man. I mean, you came in here with a lot of guys knowing who you were, and let us your debut racing the trucks. Tell us what you thought, man. I mean, it's your first race with Hammer Down. I mean, I know the first couple laps or so it got kind of hectic, but what'd you think about it?
It was great. The biggest thing when you're getting around a new group is figuring out how everybody races, and sometimes the easiest way to do it is just to to try to ride and see how they act and what lines they take, where they're blockers or if they let you go when you got to run, or and you just want to keep those trucks clean.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great race. I mean, we noticed you up in the front. Like, we were like, where the hell did this 40 truck come from? And you were there for a little bit, and then you kind of vanished, and we didn't know where you went.
Yeah, well, each pit stop I was getting, a little holder on tires. The first stop I'm only one lap, and then next pit stop is 2 laps, and then 3, 4, 5. So,
yeah, so I mean,
you're going to lose some track position that way, but at the end it all pays off.
Yeah, but great win by you. Welcome in, and I'm pretty sure your name is on the your name has come up now on these captains list for the Cup Series. If they need a Cup guy, I'm pretty sure your name has now just been etched in stone as a winner in the Truck Series to be called up to the Cup Series. So if there's a spot, I'm pretty sure these captains have your name down now.
Well, I'm a firm believer that in this racing world we're in, you got to be 25% driver and 75% crew chief.
Absolutely. And to follow up with that, it was a good race. Glad to have you with us, and congratulations on the victory. So everybody, you just saw the Hammer Down Racing Series at Michigan International Speedway. We've had 4 different winners in 5 races. We even had a newcomer in his debut make a good run and get a victory tonight. So 100 laps it was. We'll kind of look back at this one. King Powell got the first stage, started on the pole. Death there, I believe, got stage 2. And then the final stage was won there by Wide Open Racing in that 40 truck. And congratulations, and everybody, thanks for joining us. This is the Hammer Down Racing Series. We will see you next week. Good night, everybody.
I'm dropping the hammer.
Man, that is 2 debut drivers winning races 2 weeks ago.
I was really surprised that our guys didn't catch on to it after that first pit stop. But,
yeah, man,
it takes a lot of throttle control. You can't drive the corners hard as you would like, and you got to try to find that draft wherever you can.
Yeah, man, it was good by you. I mean, I've been told you're fast as hell, and so I expect nothing less. I got something for you at Iowa, though. I've been right there with you.
I don't know. I got 2 steps at Iowa, and yesterday I used one, and the first practice race today I used one, but the second practice race I used a second setup I got, and I think it's very computable.
Yeah, I've been around you at Iowa the last 2 practice days that we did. So if I'm running next to you, I'm feeling confident right now.
The biggest thing is making sure that you haven't just got short run speed. Right? You got to have a full run speed, because just like this Michigan race, that final stage is caution free, and that's the best races are the ones that are caution free. It really shines who put in effort to bring out the best truck or the car.
So, we're not, I don't think we're live. Are we still live, Crimson?
Yeah, we're actually still live. So I do the intro as an outro also, but that's all right.